Okay, so this is how I'm going to be running the rest of your videos for this kettlebell program. So workouts 5 to 8. Today I'm going to show you the infinity workout. Of course, the guidelines for that are still in the program that was initially sent to you. I'm just going to show you exactly the same as your other videos, just a few reps of every one. And then if you have further questions on any moves, you can always message me. So in section A, you have high knees. So your basic fast high knees. If that's difficult for you, or if you're just warming up, you can do slow high knees. And then the ninja movement for this would be tuck jumps. You can add bounces in between like that, or you can do them consecutively. From there, you'll move into a front plank on your hands. If you're not able to do this position here, then you can set your knees down and hold that position. I also recommend holding this as long as you can. At least try it. If you get to a point you can't anymore, then drop your knees down at that point. You can also do your forearm plank on your arms. If you want to make it more challenging, you can alternate lifting one leg and then the other, but make sure that you're keeping your hips level the whole time. Following that, you're going to come up to your feet and do a lunge hold. So your left leg's forward, right leg's back. You're going to drop straight down. So my knee's not quite touching the ground, but it looks like it. You want 90 degrees in the front knee, 90 degrees in the back knee, and you're not leaning forward. You're upright, shoulders back, stacked right on top of this back leg. Shoulders on top of your hips. And you're going to hold this. If it becomes too much, just stand up, shake out your legs, drop back down. Now, a basic or modification for this is a stationary lunge. So you're not holding. You're coming up. Just doing stationary lunges. Remember, the power leg is this leg here. So you're coming up by squeezing the glutes in the front leg and pushing through the heel in the front leg. Following those, ninja move, you'll be down in your lunge hold and you're going to hold that position and then do calf raises in the front leg. So you're lifting that front heel off of the ground. Following that, you're going down to donkey kicks. So that's these here, the regular version. Hips up. You can add bounces in between. If that's too challenging, then you can do alternating, either fast or slow. If you need a break at any point, you can just hold this position here and then get back to it. An alternative for those who can't be on their hands would be coming up, doing fast kickbacks. And then the ninja movement for this is doing the donkey kicks without the extra bounces. All right, following that, lunge hold with the opposite leg forward. So same as earlier, just other leg. Then you're moving to horizontal jumping jacks. It's where your hands are under your shoulders. Come into plank position first. If you can, you're jumping your arms and your feet out and together. The modified version of a horizontal jumping jack will be where you're just jumping or stepping your feet out. If it's too much to do it on your hands, if you have elbow, wrist injuries, then you can do it on your forearms. But either way, you're in that plank position still. Don't let your butt come up and do that. And you're going to jump just your feet instead of your arms and step one leg and then the other. At any point you need a break, you set your knees down, keep your core still engaged, and you're going to hold a modified plank. The ninja movement for the horizontal jumping jacks is where you're adding push-ups into that wide position. So I'm sure you've done them in your other workouts. Plank position, jump into your push-up, back to a nice plank position. All right, so following that, you're going to be doing either a reverse plank lifts, where your hands are just past your shoulders, close into your butt, they're not very wide. Dig your heels in the ground, squeeze your glutes, lift yourself up, so you're engaging your glutes and your hamstrings to lift you in these. You're going to come all the way up, slightly lower, don't rest at the bottom though, and come back up again. The modification is laying back. You start with your legs straight. These are hamstring bridges. Slight bend in your knee. Dig your heels in the ground. Lift your hips up. You're engaging these muscles back here. A glute bridge is where your heels are closer to your butt and you're lifting your hips up. So that's the difference, is the position of where your feet are. The initial modification for the bridge hold will be the hamstring bridges, but if those aren't comfortable, pull your heels in, do the glute bridges. Once your glutes become stronger, you'll be able to activate your hamstrings better. And then the ninja version is the reverse mountain climbers. Glutes engaged, hips, hamstrings firing. Anchor yourself with one leg, lift the other knee in towards you. All right, so that will be section A. Section B is all core movements. I'm going to change the camera angle here. This may get it in better. Okay, so it's all core movements. Let's see here. You're going to be doing leg lifts first. So you're going to have your hands up. More challenging is hands at your sides. To make it a little easier, place your hands under your pelvis. You're going to lower your heels toward the ground and then lift them up. So as you lower, you want to keep your low back pressed down and you want to engage right here to lift your feet up. A modification, to modify, make that a little easier. Just don't lower your legs as low. It might be here and then pull them back in. Another modification is to do it with your knees bent. To make it harder, your hands are at your sides, you lower, and you're going to add a hip lift at the top. But you're not swinging and using momentum to come up. You're engaging those abdominal muscles and peeling your hips up using them. Following that, slow mountain climbers. So your knees coming across the body, nice and slow, to the other side. If you're not able to lift that knee and do those, you're doing a modified plank, either here or here, and that can also be done on your forearms. The ninja version is taking that extra effort. It's going to dig deep into your obliques to actually bring your elbow and touch the opposite, your knee and touch the opposite elbow. And you're going to continue alternating sides on that one, keeping your hips level, not letting them pop up. Then you're going to lay back and you're doing alternating single leg lifts. So one leg's down toward the ground and then up and down and up. So to make this one the regular movement, your hands are at your sides. To modify this, you can place your hands underneath your hips, and the next modification is don't go as low if it's too much. As soon as you start to feel that little pull, engage, bring that foot back in. If you want to make it tougher, that's where you're going to do what I would call a vertical scissor kick. So one leg is down and one's up, and they're sort of passing each other in the middle and coming up. So both legs are always going, rather than one waiting at the top for the next leg to come up. And once again, whole time, tight as you can be here, press your low back down so you're engaged. You're not just using hip flexors, you're using your core. Following those, you're going to go right into something called dead bugs. So your hands are above your shoulders, above your chest, knees are above your hips, 90 degrees. You're going to press. So right now my low back's up, you can sort of see it. And when you lower your legs, it's going to want to continue lifting. Make sure you press it down, and then as you lengthen opposite arm and leg, you want to fight to keep that pressing down. That's going to really engage your core, and then you come back up. So one knee is always up in the air and one hand is always up, and the opposite are extending. That's the move for all levels. Following that, you have reverse crunch. So a reverse crunch, reach and hold. You're in this position still, knees are at 90 degrees. And you're going to press your low back down, reach your heels out until you feel that pressure start to build, and then pull it back in. Modified version is just don't push out as far. Keep that movement small and tight and very engaged. And a ninja version is just to push all the way out and then hold it. Okay, so the video cut out after the dead bugs there. I ended up instructing more than planned. I just wanted to demo each move the way I did in your first few videos, so I will try to stick to that. So that it doesn't take you so long to watch these videos. Forearm planks are next, so forearms down, just a basic static plank is the regular movement for this. Keep your elbows under your shoulders, not out front like that. To modify, you're going to drop your knees, hold a modified plank, and you're looking down at your hands. And then to make this one more difficult, you're going to reach one arm forward, bring it back in, and reach the opposite one forward. There's always that option, or alternating leg lifts to make that move tougher. Following that, you have regular bicycle crunches where you're going to lay all the way back down, bring your hands behind your head, and you're crunching across, bring your elbow to the opposite knee. oblique crunches. Feet are down. You're going to crunch across, elbow to the opposite knee. Or you can do it without lifting your leg at all. To make this one more difficult, the ninja move is where you do a seated bicycle crunch. You're sitting up, your knees are hugged in, you're just on your hips or on your butt, and then you're going to twist across, staying lifted like that the entire time. Following that, you have in and outs. So in and out, you will have your hands behind your back. Oh, sorry. Regular in and out, you're going to extend. So you're floating your legs and upper body above the ground and crunch. In, to modify this, hands behind your back, reach out and in. Now if you're super tired because this is the 8th minute of your ab section, then what I recommend is set your feet down when you reach out, tighten your abs, and then pull in. Set them down, pull in. If that's too much, lay back and do a basic crunch. And it might be at that point. If you want to make it a ninja movement for you, you're going to extend, hold for 5 seconds. You can even flutter if you like, and then crunch back in and extend. Another option is doing the twist. You can extend and add a twist there. Whatever you want to do to make sure that you're feeling it. Okay. Let's change this way. We've got your kettlebell movements left, and then that's it. So you'll be doing double bell snatches first. All right, so bells are outside your feet. Feet are nice, they're close together like this. You're going to squat, push your bells back, and then use your hips and lift up. I'll make sure I don't hit this light right here. So you lean back, let your bells drop, use your hips, catch them at the top, your arms are nice and strong. So to add or modify this movement, it's just playing with the amount of weight that you're working with. Following that, you're doing double bell presses. So kettlebell presses, your bells are in rack position, and you're just pressing straight up till your arms are locked out. Back down. In this position here, you see how my palms face each other? You want them kind of like you're a fighter. Not open like this. Definitely not hanging off your body like that. You're in tight. Look up, straight press up. All right, following that push press, you get a little help from your legs. So one dip, and you're just going to go straight through into lockout. When you lower, your legs are straight again. So one dip, up, back down. Following push presses, you have 2 options. Double bell jerks with a moderate weight would be the regular move. Heavy weight would be the ninja move. So the double bell jerks uses 2 knee dips. You drop once, bump your bells up, land in a squat with your arms straight, straighten your legs, so elbows and legs are straight together, drop your bells. So bump, land under, stand up, and down. Bump, land under, stand up, and down. Now some people, this is a really tough section here. If your shoulders are burning or if you're just not getting that coordination of the jerk down, you're going to your double bell swings. So you've done those before. That's this movement here. All right, so those are all your exercises for the infinity workout.